Hey folks, I purchased a Transx Kitsuma 90mm dropper and it's been working great, and I just removed it to do a quick how-to video. That's the reason why the seat is already installed on it. So it's a 90mm dropper, and when installing it does come with a mark line that shows the minimum insertion. Just ensure that line is inside the seat tube and you should be good to go. So I initially greased up the housing which goes into the seat tube, as you don't want a stuck dropper. And then I align the seat, and to align the seat, if you're looking roughly from the center point of the stem, if you see equal amount of seat rails on either side, then that's a very good indication that your seat is straight. Once you're comfortable with the seat alignment, then you can just tighten it down. So first I do the seat and then I do the housing. The housing itself and the cable, I've been routing it from the underside of the head tube. And before I do that, I just tighten the seat clamp to 5 Newton meters, which is the recommended torque rating for my seat, for my bike. Now, as I mentioned, the cable housing goes through the underside of the head tube and held in place using zip ties. And the cable head goes into a little slot that activates the dropper. Now on the other side, before you cut the housing and the cable, just ensure you have enough length to turn your handle. Now the lever itself has a little screw that way you can adjust the lever into place, and I'm kind of using this as a slack removal mechanism. So initially I put the lever all the way close to the stem, and then I'm basically routing the cable. At this point we are not doing anything, we are just putting the cable in place through the pin screw. There is a little ridge that's present after the pin screw, and just you put this cable in place and it should hold everything without popping out the cable from the pin screw. Now as you pull the cable, the whole housing should come into place, and just move it along until the cable housing goes into the dropper head or the dropper mechanism, and then you can slide the head into the lever which activates the dropper, and then you can close the housing cap. Now when closing the housing cap, you just press the upper end with your thumb and then push it up. Initially I didn't press it hard enough, so it wasn't aligned, so I had to pop it off. You just essentially push it down, it should pop out, and then you press it with your thumb and then kind of push it up and it should snap into place. Next up, we are going to adjust the tension by pulling the wire. You don't need to really pull hard, you just need to pull it, as you will have the barrel adjuster as well to kind of tighten or remove any slack. So here I am tightening the pinch bolt. Once I tighten the pinch bolt, that adjustment screw, I'm going to move the lever all the way out to the handle. That way the cable is further tightened. And then I can demo it. So there was considerable slack in the first attempt. The lever was wobbly, and unless I pushed the lever all the way out, the seat wasn't getting activated. So it just means I had to pull the cable a little bit more. Here I am using pliers, and when you're using the pliers to pull the cable, just ensure you're not holding it too tight, or else you'll fray the cable, and at which point you won't be able to put an end cap on it. So again, the process is the same. I initially tighten the pinch bolt and then I slide the whole lever out using the adjustment screw that should further tighten the cable. Here you can see I already don't have any free movement in the lever, so I'm quite happy with the tension. Now I'm also using the barrel adjuster to do a couple of turns just so it's further tightened Probably not needed, but I just did a couple of turns anyway. Now here I'm going to turn the handle all the way right and left. If you cut the cable too short or the housing too short, then you would be activating the dropper. So here there was nothing like that, so that's a good sign. Now here at this point it's finally testing it, and it's popping up a little bit slower only because it's cold outside. And as always, thank you very much for watching.